Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed our little time lapse that we just set up there for you, and we're going to jump straight into the tour of this build. Now I've had to turn my render distance down because I'm working on something over there that might pop into view every now and then, but we'll try and hide that. So basically this little building here, this large fort was set up by the dwarves right on the edge of this valley to sort of protect them from being invaded again after the war with the elves. That's the plan of the law, and basically over time it was needed less and less, and people came here to try and trade with the dwarves and traded successfully, and then eventually we ended up with this being turned into more of like a market, like an indoor market type place, but it's still militarized. So we're going to take a look around the military side of it first, and then the commercial side of it, I guess. So we've got this really cool causeway. Obviously this is very heavily Helm's Deep inspired, and I'm not happy with this at the moment. It's just a placeholder. This whole front section eventually needs, just tidying up a bit. Yeah, so we'll see what we can come up with there. But you come up and you've got this really nice front gate, and I like that we've got two different towers going on. So I wanted each part to have its own sort of unique style. So this tower up here is a little bit different, that's different. This one's really cool, and I actually reused that again all the way up there. There you go, just about see that over there. But again, even like that tower is slightly different to the other towers, even though it's got similar features. And I think it just really helps to just set the tone for this build. This round tower here, I think this is what defined the style once I was building this, and it just looks really cool, I think anyway. We've got a very large catapult on this big turning platform, so obviously you'd push these little beams here to sort of rotate it so you could attack as wherever you'd like, basically. And then that's what these pots are meant to be, like arrows or stuff for going up there or whatever. I don't know, I'm not too sure. Very quickly, I'm just gonna have a look down below. So we've got this little portcullis. This was quite hard to do, basically using the iron bars and using world edit to try and get this texture so they don't connect. Very fiddly, takes a lot of effort, but I do want to check out down below because I spent possibly a little bit too much time on this. But you come down here, it's very simple, very basic, but it just makes sense, we've got the portcullis there that comes down instead of going up. You got the chains, you've got these, and like I said, I spent a little bit too much time on this. I'm quite proud of it, but it's very basic, but yeah, I liked it. I just thought I'd show that off. And then when we come up these stairs as well, those Lord of the Rings fans here might think, oh look, nobody tosses a dwarf. So that's my attempt at putting that into the build. Anyway, so the staircases, they're just basic staircases, not a lot going on up there. But the probably main part of the build is this little blacksmith here. So this whole round tower I've turned into a blacksmith forge. I'll try and go a little bit slower so you can guys can actually really take in the tour. But it's got some really cool features going on. We've got quite a few anvils dotted about. There's some iron ore in crates here. I've retextured the scaffolding block as well, if anyone's wondering what that is. So there's only a couple of blocks changed, and that is one of them. We've just got some basic shelving, racking all the way along the wall here. A little bit of a war room going on. And you see this block here, the cartography table, it just sort of perfectly aligned to have like a desk there. And then we've got our forge, a little corner forge going on. These are small bellows going on there. You can let the stuff come in here, your molds, and again, anvils. But yeah, really happy with this. This is one of the other textures we've got. It's just a painting. Just adding a few weapons into it instead of the normal stuff. And there's another one, a little notice board. Most of the paintings I think are changed, and maybe one or two blocks, and that's about it really. It's nothing too drastic in terms of the textures. We come through here, it's got more storage, and this opens up to like the main hall for the barracks. And a little feature I added in here is we've just got this little storage room off to the side. And it's just got firewood and spare chairs and tables and just all that sort of stuff that you would need. And I really like this room. It's got one window right in the corner over here because it was just a tiny bit sticking out of the mountain. The rest of it is in the mountain. I just really like this little beam of natural light that comes through. Just looks really nice. Across from here, obviously you've got the kitchens. We've got a dinner bell. Okay, I was trying to ring the bell, that didn't work. Let's put that back. There we go. Happy with that. Kitchen, very basic, nothing drastic going on here either. And a little bit of storage going on there. Did I not have a cold store? I thought I had a cold store for like meats and stuff. These the hallways are quite bare. I've done that deliberately, and I really like this. I've used this a couple of times, and it's just again using the iron bars and using World Edit to create like a door that just blocks you off. So this is the more like merchant side of it. That's just like stables down there, and that's like the main gateway going up. And if we follow this round into the main barracks, this is where everybody's rooms are, and all the rooms are exactly the same. I'll show you one. I literally copied and pasted them. I'm that lazy. And apparently missed a block. So yeah, very basic stuff here, and this just leads back out onto the ramparts, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. I don't really know what you'd call this part. And then if we go further up again, I'm trying to whiz through this because it's a very large build and I don't want this video to go on forever. Which way should we go? That's just more rooms. That's just more rooms. We'll go up the stairs. So if we go up, then we have actually one of the first things I built in this build. That's why this part I feel looks quite different to the rest of the build. But we've just got like two little prison cells, two little jails. Again, you got these nice beams of natural light come through, and I think that just helps to add to making it look a little bit more interesting with the natural light instead of it just all being fire everywhere. So this tower, it's not a lot going on here. It's just a very basic tower. It doesn't really go to anywhere. Just gives you a bit of a vantage point over the valley. We get to the top. Like I say, nothing up here really. Maybe I could have put like a flagpole or something, but like I have down there. But like I say, all this does just gives you that height and that distance, which you would be able to see a little bit further if I didn't have the render distance so low. So that's the military side of the fort, and it is literally just this mountain peak here and that tower, and that is literally all of that in there. So moving on, we've got we'll just quickly check out the wall over here, I guess. We've got the main gates. I really like this gate design. I found this on Google Images. I can't even remember what I typed in to find it. But it was like literally one of the second or third pictures that came up, and I thought, yeah, that's kind of cool. I can make that fit to my style. So we've used the colours that we've got, and then obviously it's on a 45-degree angle, which was difficult, but I think really, really looks cool and imposing and dwarven. Ooh, don't want to be looking at that over there. Again, this is where we've got one of those gates just blocking the way, and these things here, I'm not sure what to call them, little defences on the wall. I just really like them. It's just like it breaks up the wall a little bit. Just trying to avoid the building going on over there. It breaks up the wall. It adds cover for people who would be defended on the wall. I really like that as a little feature. So we shall move on to the next bit. We've seen the stables. We'll have a quick gander in here, and then we'll work our way up. So stables, these obviously would have been the old military stables. I decided to add these ladders here as just like, you know, storage, because you've got these hay lofts above. And then, yeah, just more stables. I did think about converting these, and I thought, you know, this is like a main trading centre, so it would make sense for there to be lots of stables about. And obviously this gate can open up and you've got these carts that can come in and out, and we also have a couple of carts already parked up in it. And as you come along, you then end up at this gate that we saw earlier, and then that is the military side. It's all blocked off. You can't get in there. So yeah, it's just like it makes sense to have a gate here so that just people off the street couldn't just walk in. Even though I guess they kind of could through the main forge, but there'd be lots of dwarves there. They'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And now this staircase here, this is like when you walk up here, it's got such a grand reveal. I think I just really like this. So as you come up, the ceilings and the detail up there, but then as you come into here, you just see already it's just market stalls everywhere. So first thing you got a little notice board tells you where everything is. Another notice board here telling you where everything is, and this right here is actually Lord Dacre's is it Castle Grey Wharf? We've retextured some of the paintings to actually be builds that people have built on the Patreon server. So that's like a little cool thing like for us. So it's just a little thing that we know for ourselves that we like. As you come through here, even more what would you call it? Market stalls. Like I don't know why that word escaped me. And each market stall in this whole build is different and unique, and they all sell different things. So that's like a really nice feature that I wanted to have. And again, I used a lot of world edit on this build. So this little lantern stick lamp thing here, I'm not really sure what to call it. As soon as I seen we had chains in Minecraft, this was new for me. I don't know how long they've been around, but like I really want to use these. And I remember in the old Conquest metadata days, we had this cobweb texture, and people used to then put chains and then put a candle on top. So that's basically what I tried to represent here. Again, using the world edit to get this variation of iron bars, because if you put iron bars on their own, they just look like that, which isn't really helpful. But I've used that quite a lot around here. And again, with the banners, that's just world edit. Put in an extra banner just so that these hang down a little bit further. I did try and get people on the server to try and build a stall or two because this was wrecking my brain because I was trying to make everything different. But the only person who did, obviously Lord Dacre, has built a nice little candle stand over here, which, yeah, I don't really know how candles are made, but the candles are glowing. I guess that's a thing. So this is like a little maybe auction thing, but it'd sell animals or slaves, or I'm not really too sure. But we've got like a little cage pen here, and what I was trying to do with this build is make it look like it would have been used for something else before the market was here. So this is like the main stage area where like the main commander, because it's not a castle, it's like a military thing, so like the main commander would be sat here eating his food, and this is like the mess hall, which then leads us into what would have been the old kitchens. So you've got these big fireplaces in here, and it's like cold stone floor, so I just thought that made more sense. And this is where the meat market is, so you've got all your different meats and fish and all that sort of stuff. And again, each of these stores all sell something a little bit different, which I kind of liked. This just leads straight back into the staircase area where we first came, and there's only a little bit left to show you guys now. Main entrance, just some basic statues, some derpy statues using the faces and the observer blocks. That's a furnace, that's a dropper, and that is a dispenser. Yeah, there you go. So I like these designs. I can't remember where I got this design from. I think it might have been Jerracraft, or I might have tweaked it, but it's basically mostly that Jerracraft design, I think. As we come upstairs here, you get this really nice grand view. I think it's grand, of like the chandeliers coming down, and again, out here, even more stalls, and again, they all sell something slightly different. So water bottles, got some leads and some saddles, some soup, brewery stuff. This was like maybe like a little carpenter things, like making all different holders, like coat hook or something like that, or the buttons, just nice basic little stuff there. Not too sure what this one was, but it just maybe similar to him, and it's just carrying on. I don't know, can't remember. Ingots and nuggets and stuff. This one was a Fletcher. You got your flint, your arrow, stick, your feather. different arrows going on there, little tailor, and oh no, I did have a this was meant to look like an easel. Again, I seen this design somewhere on YouTube one day, and I just thought it was like a really cool idea. But it was meant to. I'm sure it did have a painting on it somewhere that was like meant to be something. Can't quite remember what that was now. But yeah, you got a little painting thing there as well. You come back through here, and then this would have been maybe like storage rooms or no rooms for important people. And it's now just rooms for the merchants to stay in. It all leads into this last main room. Again, these are just smaller rooms, but I really like this. A little balcony here, and you can oversee quite a bit of the fort while you're sat here having a drink or whatever. And then just a basic room for like a very important person. And I've gone with this cyan bed because that is the colour that I've used all over for the dwarves. But that is it for this video. It's just a very quick and oh wait, no, I've forgotten something. Here's another painting. This is the Carnberg, one of Bird Lunkard's builds. I think he has a YouTube channel. I will try and put a link in somewhere so you can guys go check him out. He does some really nice time-lapsey type build stuff. But yeah, we've got one last part that I forgot to show you guys. As you come down here, I did think about turning this into like a little bit of a garden area, and I wasn't too sure, so it's a little bit unfinished out here. Especially this floor mix, I really don't like this. This needs changing at some point, which will get done eventually. But we've got this little temple over here, because you know you need your little religious section in your stuff you've got going on. And we've got this pattern again, like the pattern of the dwarves, like the blue eye, this banner thing here. But yeah, really like how this turned out with it being circular. I had to use barrier blocks. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, they do go away. That's fine. Because when I was building in here and I was trying to look at stuff from like floor level, it was doing my absolute head in when you just kept on accidentally walking up onto the stairs and going up and down, up and down. Another small different statue design there using the grindstone for a head. And then this just leads up here, and there's not really anything up here, it's just sort of more views, I suppose. Yeah. But that is kind of it for the video. I've blitzed my way through this little tour. Like I said, I didn't want to make the video too long, because you know, it just gets a bit boring, doesn't it, really? But if there's anything you guys want to see more of, then just let me know in Discord. It's probably the best place to catch me. Lord Dacker's Discord is the channel I'm in most. This little, and yeah, don't really know how to end this video, but basically we're just going to follow this path up, leading on to the other builds on the server. And in fact, come up here, got a nice little path through the mountains, and it actually links up to Lord Dacker's Dwarven build. So let's just follow this little footpath as we do our little outro, and fade off into the distance. So it's a very twisty and windy path. Bird actually did all of this archway here. Really cool. But also so much detail just in this archway that the rest of the mountain kind of looks a bit off now. So I might have to at some point redo the whole mountain. This is like a forgotten path over here. Again, it's very hard to follow, and I do not have the time or the patience. I've tried it a couple of times and always lose my way. We come along here, you can already see in the distance some more Dwarven stuff, and if anyone has seen Lord Dacker's Dwarven build, this just like links up perfectly to his Dwarven stuff. So that's like one of the things that's really cool on the server, is we built the roads linking all these different builds together. That's it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. There's going to be a few more tour type videos like this coming up, and I will see you guys in the next one.